Hi everybody, this is Dan Bitney from Tortoise, and I'm at the Nonesuch Music Library here in New York City, and I want to talk about some of my favorite records and exciting artists that have inspired me and the music of Tortoise. Gotta start with my man Jeff Parker, who's been an amazing inspiration for me personally as a musician and a person. I sound emotional right now. But yeah, just to play with somebody of this caliber has been a gift to me, and I think to everybody in the world. Why do I sound like I'm gonna cry? I'm not sure. And yeah, Max Brown's kind of a sweet to his mom. And unbeknownst to me at the time, but my wife and I named our child Maxine. And then I remembered that Jeff's mom was Maxine, so it's kind of another little tie-in. But yeah, great record, if you don't already have it. Another one I picked, Hurray for the Riff, Raff. I saw on TV on Austin City Limits, and I was really moved by their performance, the honesty. I think they're an amazing artist, and I guess they live in Chicago now, so maybe we could link up and make some more beautiful music. Who knows? But yeah, really, you know, music is subjective, and different people are get into different things, and I just really liked that performance and thought, yeah, I gotta check this out. Gotta get more of this. Oh snap! Another pick of mine is Cécile, McLorin, Salvant, and I saw a lot of her. She had a really good presence on Instagram, on social media, and I was really amazed by, you know, just the singing, the beautiful voice, and actually, like, of course, the great style. I mean, she's just really killing it on the style. But yeah, once again, music that just really touched me, really got, you know, I think I can tell when people are real and when it's truthful and honest, and definitely Cécile seems to be in that realm. Okay, another one I really like is Brian Blade, who I gotta say, you know, talking about people's energy, the energy he brings to any project he's involved with just seems like a total positive energy, and I really appreciate that. I think I got to know him through actually his work with Daniel Lanois, who we were able to tour with for a little bit, and I was just blown away by his drumming and, like I said, the positive energy. And so yeah, I love this record. Another one of my picks from the Explorer series is music from The Morning of the World, and I think everybody's probably heard the Monkey Chant. You know, I used to find these records in stores, like pre-internet, pre-social media. And it was really, I think as a percussionist and a drummer with an open mind, it was so great to hear music from all over the world. And I still, when I'm traveling, I still pick up stuff like this. I pick up, you know, music from North Africa. And I gotta say, like, Gamelan has kind of really inspired Tortoise's work. And, you know, the Explorer series, I think, is just a gift to everybody that has, like, an open mind. I'm talking about the 80s, you know, you wouldn't just go on the internet and find stuff from all over the world, and you wouldn't necessarily hear it even on college radio, but I was lucky enough to work in record stores then and just pick up stuff like this, and I love it. So keep an open mind and travel the world of music. Another one of my favorites, Hamza El-Din. If you don't know this music, you should check it out. Nubian, Egypt, right? He's from Egypt. And I love, you know, he's a master of the oud, he's a master of the tar, which is a frame drum. Another perfect example of somebody who's dedicated their life to music. Some of this stuff is just really inspiring to me. The long form of the songs, also on the Explorer series here. Song with tar, yeah, it's like he explains in the drum the different elements of, like, the earth, water, air, and fire, and it's so nice. And as a drummer, I mean, he really inspired me to, like, go buy these, you know, frame drums and try to put in the time to get good at it. I think with Tortoise, like, a lot of our inspiration comes from beyond the world of rock, or even beyond the world of, like, you know, modern classicals. So, I mean, I've always really enjoyed bringing elements of African music, of gamelan, and definitely Hamza Eldin has been a great influence on me as a musician. Another one we have here is Kronos Quartet and Terry Riley. And also Terry Riley, I think, really inspired Tortoise with, once again, the long form compositions, experimental nature. I think he definitely borrowed from like, Asian music or Indian music, real meditative. I love Terry. And Kronos Quartet, they are amazing as well. A funny little side is that John McEntire moved to Nevada City a little while ago, and Terry Riley was his neighbor, so they got to know each other. But yeah, great composer, great music, and yeah, Kronos, of course, iconic, and beautiful stuff. I love it. And last night I had this dream. I was walking around with a giant frame drum. Just like walking down the street, you're getting all this.